So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So, the final Sugo-Fest before the anniversary is approaching. Anniversary is around 2 weeks left, so usually we expect to get like one Sugo-Fest per week, but there is not any event we're expecting before anniversary where we usually get a Sugo-Fest. We just have the PvP finals, which this Sugo-Fest is for. Grand Party will be the same week as the PvP finals. And then after that, we have that few days leading up to the anniversary. So the question is, should you pull before the anniversary? And no, really. But anyway, let's take a look at the Sugo-Fest anyway, and the new units. I've not talked about them yet, so might as well do that as well. So we have a new Sasaki and Who's Who on a strength-focused Sugo-Fest. And there's nothing special really going on with this Sugo-Fest. We can end the video by looking at the characters. We're also getting new challenge matches as usual. But yeah, the steps are the same as always with PvP. Discount. Second is a dead multi. Third is a guaranteed legend. Fourth is a guaranteed PvP character. And fifth is recommended, so one of the characters on the banner. And PvP Sugos usually have some of the best steps. I usually enjoy doing my 5 multis on PvP Sugos. One thing we can talk about before moving on is the fact that Apu Sugo-Fest is still up. And as you know, I've had a no pull April, so I'm not pulled yet. But the last 5 hours of this Sugo-Fest is in May for me. So technically I can actually pull on this without breaking my challenge. The question is, do I want to pull? Like, I don't have Apu. And but other than that, I don't really lack anything, so I think I'll just do the discount, to be honest. Will be weird to pull again, but yeah. So the question also is, how much will I pull on this? And to figure that out, we do need to look at what units are available. We have all PvP recruits. The only ones I lack here is Porchemy and this Finred Usopp. He just refuses to show up. Other than that, I got all of them. As for the legends, I also got them all now. So, and level limit break wise, like Barto, Yak, Bullet maxed, and none of the others have level limit break, so it's no rush to get them. So yeah, actually don't really feel like pulling much here either. Probably do a discount here too. As for the legends, if you're interested in pulling, page 1 is pretty mediocre, probably worst legend of last year. He has some decent utility in his special, but honestly it's more like a rare recruit special than a legend. A very good rare recruit, but Captain ability is also nothing special. The big thing with this Who's Who is his support, which is really good. You can remove 1 turn of death up when hitting perfect. And you also get a lot of base stats, which is pretty dope. Can be put on all the Toberoppo and Beast Pirate commanders. In PvP, he's pretty much useless though. As for Kuma, he's pretty worth owning. He's pretty unique in PvP with his captain, where he can resist blow away. His special, pretty decent, but it's just another color affinity strength legend. We have a few of those. Both Berry Pen and Hunger is unique, and after he got his buffs in PvP, he's actually pretty good, but strength is still lacking a bit. So the question is strength buffed a lot now with these new rare recruits? So let's focus on them. Start with Sasaki. One thing I would say that I noticed with these is that usually the PvP rare recruit specials in PvE are not that good. But this time they made them even worse, which I feel is so dumb. They were already bad and they made them even worse. So yeah, just do some damage, 60% damage reduction. This looks like a year 1 unit of OPTC. Really silly. But the main thing, of course, is the PvP stuff. Ability. So Sasaki is buffs strength types attack, strikers speed, and their def up. So if you know anything about PvP, you'll know that this is not incredibly impressive. What I will say though is that striker really lacks PvP rear recruit, and often strikers end up having to use non-boosted units, like units that are good PvP rear recruit, but they don't help boost other strikers. They don't get any buffs from strikers. So since Chauzu is a striker and also helps buff strikers, then he could actually find a niche as a sub on a striker team. But I don't really think that will be a long-term solution. Like, he's already very mid as is, and he will just get worse very fast. We haven't talked about special, it doesn't really help much. Incredibly high CT. Targets 3 enemies for 2 times attack 2 times. Like, that's okay, but not super impressive either. And everything else he does is guard up for strength. Like, just strength, just guard up, basically worthless. Guard doesn't do much, it just means that you can take less damage from normal attacks sometimes, and yeah, that's not a big priority. PvP is mostly centered around the specials. So yeah, Sasaki, bit whatever, might see some use on striker teams as a sub. Chauzu, strength fighter powerhouse, and as said, they just get worse and worse. 1.25 times color finish, like, come on. Before it was 1.5 times at least, now it's so dumb. But yeah, PvP. So Chauzu, strength types teammates attack of level 5 and HP of level 5, and they boost fighters recovery. Like, recovery is niche as is, but to put it on who's who of everything just feels very weird. But yeah, like, strength teams are mostly fighter focused, so who's who fits well that way, but just attack and HP and recovery, like, you want that defense. Like, if that recovery was defense instead, this who's who would have been a lot more interesting. The special targets 3 high attack enemies for def down level 6, speed down level 6, 100% chance of half attack. And if you have 8 teammates, you target yourself for special CT speed up level 2. So yeah, I actually think Chauzu is better than Sasaki, at least. Very low CT, you have a reliable special that target enemies you want to target, like those who can do a lot of damage, probably the highest attack enemies. Can get down their defense and speed, and you should never underestimate speed down. Like, speed is the least important normal stats, but lowering speed or getting your speed lower often affects games a lot in PvP. And 1% chance of half attack. A few things I don't like here, like, first, the half stats is just attack, which is pretty worthless. Not worthless, but it's not a big deal. Half defense is a lot better. It's also just 10 seconds. I hate when they do that, just 10 seconds. It might not even matter. Like, the def down and speed down is nice, but compare def down level 6 with, like, half defense, like, that's a big difference. Of course, the def down can stack with someone else doing half defense, but strength doesn't really have that right now. Another thing to note is that strength does have a lot of units. So it could be hard to fit Chauzu, and like, the main place I see Chauzu is like a sub, but having a sub that doesn't do any damage, I can't really imagine using that. So in the end, none of these very impressive. Don't really recommend pulling for any of them. You will get them naturally anyway in future PvP Sugos. So just save for anniversary. But yeah, Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.